Well, it's been a while. My mom came to visit, so I didn't get to finish this up as quickly as I wanted to. But it's time to start working on this hood. And I think what we're going to do is make this hood detachable. So we're not going to sew it on permanently, because then that would defeat the purpose of me being able to take this paracord out and then stretch this back out to a full-size blanket. I think what we're going to do is put 5 buttons on the back of this. A button here, a button here, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put button holes in the hood, and the hood's going to button on. So I think we need that about, and I've got another cool idea that I'm thinking about doing for the hood, but I don't want to give it away yet. So I'm thinking this is about 19 inches. I'm going to measure and cut 21 inches across just to be safe. One of the videos I looked at on YouTube, they made a hood similar to what I'm wanting this hood to do when it's on the cloak, and they cut it 22 by 17. So I think I'm going to cut this one 22 high by, you know what? Nah, 22 by 21. Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right. So I'm going to get this laid out and then start chalking our cut for that. I keep second guessing myself about what this hood is going to look like. So I'm actually going to cut out 22 by 22 with this crease folded over to give myself less to sew. And then, so it's going to look like, and then I'm going to shape it afterwards. See, this is the general shape of the hood. We might taper this in like this. So I think this is going to be the top, right? This will be the front opening. This will be the back. I might round this corner off. I've made some decisions. That's still the top, this is still the back, this is still the front. I'm going to measure, I think I want the neckline of the hood to be 22 inches. So I've got 11 inches here. Remember, this is folded over, so it'll be this length doubled. I've got 11 inches here, so I'm going to mark right here. And then this extra 2 inches here is for me to get, I put an extra 2, but I'm going to run a piece of paracord through there, just like we did with the gathering. But this is going to be looser so that you can draw the front of the hood tight. So I'm going to leave 2 inches there, and then that'll fold over on itself. Or maybe, you know what I mean? 11. I meant 12. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. That'll fold over on itself there. Or even all the way. Anyways, that's what we're doing. So we got some extra to play with. I found the fabric marker. My wife was making fun of me for using the big piece of chalk. So I'm just going to mark this right here. And then what we have to do over here, I'm not going to touch this corner yet, but we do need to round this edge off. And I'm just going to, I'm kind of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Let me just see what it looks like at 14. Kind of something like that. So we're going to round off this back edge. Maybe just kind of like this. I hate throwing away good fabric. I hope I can find something to make out of these triangles. Okay. So we're going to open that out like that. Okay, there's the hood all the way opened out. I think most of that's on camera. It's okay. And then we'll fold this over about 1 inch. If you're as meticulous, anal retentive, what's the word I'm looking for there, as I am, you can take this tape, soft tape measure, and kind of, because remember we measured this to 14 inches, and because this is going to go all the way around the back of the neckline, we want it at 24, so we can fold this to the 12 right there. So we can, oh, actually we can fold it all the way to the 11. Oh yeah. So, interesting. We can actually fold this over approximately 2 inches because that gives us our, if we put the buttonhole right there too, but that gives us our 24. Well, let's try that. I think last time I put the pins in the wrong way. I think we're supposed to put the pins in this way. I think I had them facing out last time. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, so that's about 2 inches I folded it over. So I took 2 inches and folded. If my wife or mother-in-law had been doing this, they're like, it doesn't have to be exact. And because this is me trying all of this stuff for the first time, you know, I know it doesn't have to be exact, but I'll poke myself with a pin. Classic rookie mistake. Looks good though. I'm happy with it. I think it's going to turn out mostly the way I want it to. I mean, I had to make some alterations at the end, but I mean, I have it following the basic pattern I had in my head. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, and even if we get done and it's all funky, it's still going to be functional, right? It's wool. Alright. So I think I have that how I want it. That's plenty of room for paracord to go in there, bunch up. We'll probably, I don't know, maybe even make the first buttonhole. I'll have to ask the wife. She's going to know whether or not we can do that. Make the first buttonhole part of this. And maybe even the first buttons are smaller because it's got 2 things to go through. And then, so 2, and then this buttonhole on the side is larger, and then the one in the center and the back is larger. And the 2 up front can be smaller. Yep, I just made that decision. Alright guys, this time I promise when I come back we'll be on the sewing machine. So what has to happen now is we're going to sew this here to get that edge, and that's going to be the front of the hood, right? The part that you can cinch down over your face. Then we have to fold it in half inside out and sew together from this center line is actually what's going to be at the very top of your head. So this is the front. I don't know if you can picture it. We pick it up, and then starting from the edges, we sewed. This is the neckline, so it'll be open. We'll sew from here all the way to here, but it'll be inside out, and then we flip it over, and then you have a nice pretty seam. We cut our buttonholes in here. We do the buttonhole stitching, then we sew the buttons onto the cloak, then we throw it all together, and we're almost done with this bad boy. And it only took like 3 months. No, it hasn't been that long. But like I said, my mother and sister came to visit, so we didn't have use of our sewing / art room / craft room / guest bedroom because we had guests. All right, guys, I promise we'll be on the sewing machine next time we come back. So now I'm just going to sew this. That is my hands, I promise. Oh, that was my face. I hope you like my pretty nail polish. Okay, now that I have the paracord loop sewn in there, and the back and around is sewn together, and this is the neckline is still open. We just have to flip it inside out to see what our hood shape is going to be. And it's going to look something like that. And so then we'll get some buttons to put this on the neck, and then we have our hood right there. And I'm working on a decorative paracord knot to run through here, but I keep messing it up. So it might be just a simpler knot to get this thing done. Alright, we'll come back with the next step. After playing around with it, wearing it, seeing how it falls, we're going to make one alteration to it. So this is the front where your face goes, right? We're going to put the drawstrings through there. Haven't done that yet. This is where it goes around the neck of the cloak, and this is that angle we have at the back bottom. So it looks fine like this when you put it on, but this back corner seems like it doesn't know where to go. It doesn't know how to drape properly. Maybe with a softer fabric it would, but with this wool, this part right here kind of doesn't know where to go. So we're actually going to do something similar to what we did on the bottom, only we're going to do it around the top here, like this, so that when this lies flat against your back, it gathers better and just generally looks better. So we'll do that and then let you see what came of it. So I wanted to do one last thing before we go to the buttons and the putting it actually on the thing. So this is the general shape that I showed you, what it would end up looking like. This is the neckline here, and then this is the opening for the face up there, and then this is the back. And so curving this top around like this is going to make it fall more natural when it's on. And the last thing to do to the hood before actually cutting buttonholes in there, or maybe sewing on paracord to do the buttons. What do you guys think? Buttonholes, or sew on some paracord like that for the hood? I don't know. Haven't decided yet. So I did do a single strand diamond knot. I tried the double stranded Turk's head or something, but I am not patient with these paracord knots, and the more complicated the ball or globe or Turk's head or diamond knot that you do, the more you have to run all of these little pieces through to get it to tighten up. And I get really frustrated, end up just yanking on the knot and messing it up. So the single strand diamond knot is a lot like the double stranded diamond knot, only with one strand. And I have this on my paracord needle, the other side. We're just going to run this through. And then I'm not going to show how to do that knot in this video. I'll actually do it in a different video, because this video is already probably pretty long. But I'm sure you could look it up in another video. I mean, I'll make a video for it just because. But there are plenty of videos out there on it, I'm sure. Okay, so we got that all the way through. My nose is running. Okay. And I'm gonna make these actually pretty short. So it'll sit like, well, maybe, I don't know, right up there somewhere. And then so you can pull your hood tight around your face. See, that's where your face will be. And you can pull that tight around your face. So that's gonna be it for this video, for real this time. And I'll just make this same thing on the other side. And then next step, buttonholes or loops. Put the buttons on the cloak, throw it on there, and we're done. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And we'll see you guys on the ridge.